Hi, it's me, Harvey, your favorite and amazing, internationally renowned, extremely successful and somewhat debonair dating coach. In this video, we're going to be talking about why he ran away. Because frankly, it's fucked. It's fucked when you're dating someone or you like someone and they, after a while, you feel like it's going really well and then all of a sudden they just go, bring, they disappear. Or they start to fade away, or they start to disappear, And we've done videos on ghosting before, so this is a little bit different. This is going to be talking about more about reasons, not really what to do, what to be, what to all that kind of stuff, but really about what's actually going on in his mind that makes him run away. Because when we can understand these things, frankly, we understand and we get a little bit more empathy in our lives. And there's nothing wrong with empathy, because frankly, a little bit more empathy kind of keeps people around. We understand people a little bit better, so we can respect them more. And when we respect them more, they kind of want to be around us because they kind of feel good. The universal law of relationships is that people get in relationships with people that make them feel how they want to feel. So if people want to feel good, I don't see the problem with that. So when we understand this, I'm going to be giving you 3 of the major reasons that when I'm working with people one-on-one, why their partner ran away. Now, obviously, there might be some nuances in your situation, but if any of these 3 ideas really stick with you and resonate with you and you feel them, well, maybe that's the reason that's for you. I'm here to give you ideas. I'm here to share these ideas with you. And if any of them stick home, it's because that's the one that was really truth to you. And frankly, understanding this is, it's what makes the world go round. Understanding, they say knowledge is power. I'm sitting in a building right now. I didn't build this, but someone with knowledge built this. So that's what I'm here for. I'm here as a wealth of knowledge for you. So feel free to fucking use me. And also, if you want to work with me one-on-one, go to loveonmyterms.com. You can apply for a free call. There is nothing like actually getting your situation solved, handled, and set you on a fucking rocket ship that heads you off in the next fucking 10 years of your life in the right direction in your unique love story than working with me one-on-one. I say that most humbly and very cockily that, the results that we get is fucking astounding. So let's get into those 3 reasons. The first reason are supposed tos. Sometimes people run away when they're given way too much more responsibility for you than what they wanted. And sometimes I find that guys, and guys watching this, girls as well, remember, this is a human thing, but I find that what a lot of guys do is they tend to overpromise. So they'll say, I'm going to take you this, I'm going to do this with you, I'm going to do that, we're going to have this, we're going to be happy. And frankly, they promise more than they can actually keep up with. And so what happens is after a while, they start to freak out, they start to worry that they've given you more than they could, and it's that supposed to mindset that really pushes them away, And sometimes that's to do with you. I'm not saying that's all the time. Sometimes that's to do with you, and sometimes that's to do with how they feel. And frankly, most of the time, we attract what we are. We attract what we want. And so if he was feeling this way, he probably met you to push him away, and that's just how the fucking cosmic stars align with relationships these days. So what happens is when there's a lot of supposed tos, let me ask you this. Do you like things you're supposed to do? Or do you like things you want to do? And frankly, sometimes there are some things that we're supposed to do. You know what I mean? Like, we got to take out the trash. We got to clean the dishes. But sometimes it's really good to enjoy those things too. I know I really enjoy doing the dishes. In fact, I have a habit that I can't go to bed without the dishes being done. And I love it. I feel like I'm putting the day aside. So, even those weird habits, you can enjoy them. So when it comes to these things, I want you to understand that when a relationship becomes more supposed tos than want tos, that's where people start to fade away. They're not really motivated, they're not incentivized, they're not excited by it. And I'm not saying it's your job to motivate, incentivize, and excite the person, because frankly, who you are should already be enough. That there is, what you do, what you say as a natural thing. That should be enough, that really at that base level, but sometimes when we do these things, when we get excited, when someone overcommits, right? They overcommit and they overcommitted. You accepted it, but they offered it, right? So when they overcommit, that's when they run away. And frankly, after all of this, I want you to say, great, you overcommitted. I'm sorry. If you want to hang out, that's nice. If you don't want to see me again, that's also nice. I adore you, but please, look after yourself because you're doing a great job and I don't know where you overcommitted, but it's what you needed to do. Now, the second reason. He is a boy in man's clothing. And again, guys, if you're watching this, a woman in girl's clothing. I say this with utmost fucking honesty. And frankly, I see this all the time, that this is very similar to the first point, but also very different. That what happens is when a guy meets you, you might be the girl he always wanted to meet, but not right now, because you remind him of everything he's not. In fact, remember, we attract what we want, we attract what we need, we attract what we unconsciously want, that maybe he needed to meet someone like you, someone who is so radiant, someone who is so beautiful, someone who has their shit together. And that reminds them that they don't have their shit together. And often what this does is this spurs some form of lifelong life journey of self-discovery. Frankly, that's what made me the dating coach I am today. I was a boy in man's clothing. I loved a girl more than she loved me. And when we broke up, it made me go introspective. And I don't feel like there's anything wrong with introspection. And that was years ago, by the way. Many years ago. But frankly, there's nothing wrong with introspection, because when you're in this introspective state, you discover who you are, you reinvent, you rediscover, just like constantly you will be doing that every single day with every action you take. So we have to realize this, that if you push someone away because you inspired them to discover more of who they are, the best thing you can do is congratulate them and send them on their journey. This is about empathy. Remember this. So when someone comes to you and, or someone starts to fade away and you say, hey, I'm sorry, I'm here if you want to talk, but if not, see you later. Often what guys will do in this situation is they'll make up some reason, some excuse. Really, sometimes it ties into a health condition, but sometimes people use health conditions as excuses. In fact, sometimes, look, health conditions exist for two reasons in my mind. Genuine health conditions, or I perpetuate this health condition because it gives me excuses. And so when people bring it up and it's got nothing to do with you, because can people have health conditions and still have people they want in their life? It's true. You can be sick and still love your family. So we have to recognize this, that they can be used as excuses. And if they are, your job is not to battle the excuse, but to say, get well soon, I'm here. Empathy. You're giving him more than he can handle. You are playing a game of tennis with him. And when you play that game of tennis with him, he realized he couldn't play tennis. That tennis was a man's game, tennis was an adult's game, tennis was a mature game, and it's time for him to discover who he is. Now the third reason is he simply did not want what you want. And this is one of those things we have to be really, again, what's that E word? Empathetic. We have to be empathetic, because if he did not what you want, that's like two people captaining a ship and wanting it to go in two different directions. That's like you trying to pay two people money and you decide that you want to cut that dollar in half or cut that $5 bill in half, and you give it, it's pointless. It's almost as pointless as you trying to build a rocket to go to the moon and halfway decide you want to go to Mars. It's like the rocket isn't designed for that. So when we understand this, we have to understand that really and truly, when you're in this relationship with someone, it's really important to have similar goals, to have similar relationship goals, and have a similar relationship style. In fact, when people, those magical people, they fall in love with someone and it just happens to work, well, it's because, one, we attract who we are, and they kind of expected it to just work. And you know what? If I could sum up all my work into that one sentence, that would be it. But the second thing is that, they happen to meet someone who just happened to have their exact same relationship style and goals. And isn't that wonderful? Because sometimes we all have the same goals and sometimes we don't. And if you're watching a video like this, chances are you're looking for more. The number of people that I meet, especially when I work with people one-on-one, which you can apply for a free call at loveonmyterms.com. But the amount of times when I'm talking to people one-on-one and they are like, they're like, oh, I want to get married, I want this, I want a relationship, I want that. And I ask them, I'm like, well, you could have had that, couldn't you? And then they look back and they go, yes, I could have had that. But the key is you don't want it with just anyone. You know, if you wanted it with anyone, you could have all those things by now. You could have the relationship. You could have the lover, the lovers, the whatever you want specific for you. Because that's it. I support all relationship styles. Open, closed, monogamous, not, marriage, like casual, whatever. My goal as the coach is to get you where you want to go, and I'm fucking good at it. So the thing is, we have to recognize that what you want is where you're going. And if someone doesn't want that, it's not a collaborative relationship. In fact, it starts to become a fight. You try and change them, they try and change you. You know, you say, I wish you were less like this and more like this. And it's because if they were more like this, they might want what you want, or they might head in that direction. And so when we try and change each other, that's pretty fucked up if you try it by me. You know, it's like you're saying that you're not enough. And when someone tries to change you and they communicate to you that you're not enough, what ends up happening is that you're in this state where you start to fucking doubt yourself. And when you doubt yourself, that is something that is really hard to build back up. You know, confidence, self-esteem is like a fucking currency. You have to build it up so that way you can spend it. And when you have a lot of it, you become financially or emotionally free. So with all these points, I really hope you understand that there is one key element here. And if he is starting to fade, you want to give him the space to fade. Why? You might say, but I want to get this person to like love me. Yeah? You're the coach. Your whole thing is get him hooked. How do I get him hooked? Well, sometimes that person was never going to be hooked because they didn't want fucking the same thing that you wanted. Sometimes we attract people in our life because that's what we needed at the time. They attracted you in their life because that's what they needed at the time. There is this fucking reason why people are in our lives for these moments or these times. And if you think that the relationship has to last a lifetime for it to be good, that's a complete myth. Now, I'm not saying that they don't have to last a lifetime because that's pretty good when they do as well. But what I'm saying here is that we have to enjoy the moment. We bask in like this afterglow, this, if your partner has left you or you left your partner, there is nothing stopping you from remembering everything with such good love and good hope and goodwill. You know, when you're in that state, you're more likely to meet someone else who's in that same state because you've stepped in this ocean of unconditional love. If you want to learn more about unconditional love, I'm going to link a podcast in my description where I talk about that in great and amazing detail. Please listen to that. It's one of my best. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you did like this video, make sure to leave a like because if you did, then I like you. If you want to work with me one-on-one, go to www.loveonmyterms.com. If you want to try my 7-day self-love meditation course, go to 7dayselflovecourse.com. Hi, if you're seeing this, I want to invite you to check out my 4 Mindsets for Automatic Attraction Masterclass. You can check this out at gethimhooked.com. It's a free masterclass. I am so excited by it. And guess what? It's a bit of a choose your own adventure. So you're not only going to be learning 4 mindsets that are really amazing to create automatic attraction so you don't really have to fucking try so hard, but this is going to be unique for you because I'm going to be asking you a question and that will determine some of those mindsets that are unique for you. So please check that out now at gethimhooked.com. Articles, all this kind of stuff, go to gethimhooked.com. It's a really amazing website. I made it myself. And make sure to subscribe because if you don't, you know what? Exactly. And don't you forget it.